Yo, what's good, man? MBS Central, MBS Universe. I'm your boy Keo. I got the bar god with me. What's going on?
What's up, man? We know we dropped our power rankings for the RBE bricks. It's time to move on to the next set of MCs, man. That's gonna be the top 12 URL Crucible
Ah,
MCs.
well,
Uh,
it
you
seems
know,
like it seems like when we talk about something, we tend to shake things up in this culture, man.
yeah, I mean, well, you know what though? These guys are in I want to say a privileged position, and I see some taking advantage of the situation more so than others. And I can't
Mm,
even get into why that is, but I do understand that some MCs do have a life outside of battle rap and life things get in the way. However, the fans don't see that. The media don't see that. Your personal life is your personal life, but those things can affect the outcome of the rankings. And so, what I wanted to do was do a list where we are gonna base the list based off of activity, meaning how often they are outside battling, how much they're promoting themselves, and the impact that they're having with these battles that they're doing. And so, this
yeah,
ain't gonna be a skill based list. This isn't necessarily based on who's the
you heard,
best MC, because then that's a whole different
yeah,
list.
you heard that. This is not about who is the more skilled battle rapper because
No,
if
no,
it
not
was
this list. No, this is not about the
so
rapping ability. This just is
so we
about
put out
promo activity and
s-
impact.
so we put out the rankings out earlier this morning, and carnage was happened. They started making Twitter spaces on it. I seen Bumpy Bars and a couple other people. They actually dropped a YouTube video on it. The Danny phone was being blown up. My phone was being blown up. So this is an MBS Crucible rankings. It is though, but that Danny actually had more control over this and more of a saying over this also, even for the bricks also. Um so let's go. Okay, so the criteria is basically promo, impact, activity, as Danny explained it earlier. So this list was supposed to be put out months ago. So the original one that we originally had, this how it was supposed to be. The original one from months ago. It was to be Ease at 12, Mozzie at 11, Dice at 10, Bandit Montana at 9, Authentic at 8, Woosa at 7, Klutz at 6, Foots at 5, Souffleur Soul at 4, Capo Bravado at 3, Hansel at 2, and Eunice at 1. So a lot has changed by then because we are like 7 months in the year of 2024. So since then, it has changed and a lot has impacted this list. So it ended up being the list that we put out, and we're going to talk about it as I tell you this. So when we changed it, it was Ease at 12, Mozzie at 11.
That their position didn't change, and
Yeah,
that's due to
Woosa,
them not changing. You know what I'm saying? As far as being
Woos,
outside promoting,
Woosa at 10, Bandit at 9, Dice at 8, Klutz at 7, Souffleur Soul. No, 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 no. Dice Klutz at 7, Authentic at 6, Souffleur Soul at 5, Foots at 4, Eunice at 3, Hansel at 2, and Capo Bravado at number 1. So everybody wants to know how we determine where everybody is positioned at. So I'll let you explain now how everything that gets broken down.
for one, when you look at Ease and Mozzie being at 12 and 11, again, this is not based on raps. This is based on activity. Mozzie hasn't been that active. Ease kind of disappeared from the scene for a while, and because there is no activity, There's no promo. Obviously, there can be really no impact, and so their position did not change. Um,
Mm.
Usyk being at 10, and people were vouching for him. They saying he should be
I
higher. They saying he should be higher,
I
but
was fine because in our last video that we did, I was actually fighting for Wusa to be at a higher spot. A lot of people felt like he should be at a higher spot. But I
how
feel
many
like
battles has he had this year?
zero.
Again, okay. Also, people, let's be clear. This is just for the year 2024, where this is July, right? This is July.
Mhm.
So 7 months. Are you saying he hasn't battled in 7 months? I mean, not even like a small league joint. I'm not even talking about URL. I'm just saying, like, even just like we're probably missing something. I will tell you this. Even if we're missing a battle, let's say he did battle once or twice this year, right? Let's just say he did. I don't hear nobody talking about it. There's no impact. There's no
Uh,
promo outside of the diss tracks.
the he was supposed to battle Bill Collector. Obviously, certain things did happen. Now, I'm not going to say he did not battle in 2024. He did have two battles that dropped in 2024, which it was in his only. It was against Sinatra and Anti-Hero. But the thing is, though, those battles did not have any impact.
That's what I'm saying.
Not,
This is what I'm talking about. Like I just said, I didn't even know that's who he had battled, and I said, let's just give him two battles, and then you just name the two battles, and I didn't really see the impact from those battles, and so that's why I'm gonna have him at 10.
yeah, I mean, I would want him higher though. But obviously, I think the impact.
Over Dice, who had battled T Top, who has really been he's fishing for battles as well. Over, let's say, a Klutz, who did battle Jack Boy Maine at the Born Legacy event. Was that Born Legacy? I
Yeah,
think
I
it
put
was.
it like
No,
this.
no, that's
I
Civil
put it
War. My
like
fault.
this.
My fault.
I
Civil
put
War.
it like this. I put it like this. Wusa had two battles on OSBOs. Those two battles combined that he had against in OSBL, those two battles combined, as far as the numbers goes, it's nowhere close to that one battle Capo had on the Houston barcode against B Magic. The numbers are not even close when you combine those two battles.
Well, also, well, to be fair to him, though the people that he battled wasn't B Magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So B Magic is gonna bring a certain amount of numbers to a battle when he show up on the card. So I'm not gonna take that against
but
Usa, but
but let's not act like Capo don't bring those numbers also,
Cabo
because
doing his shit. He's doing his shit.
that's
I mean,
considered that's considered one of Capo's home leagues. I'm fine. I'm fine with because we gotta agree to it. I'm fine with Wusa being at Tendo because he did have his impact on his music. Like to be honest with you, I feel like I have heard more about his music because I'm a big fan of Wusa's music. I hear more of an impact of Wusa's music than what he does in battle rap.
that's fine.
And his battle rap,
There's nothing
when
wrong
he
with putting the
when
music out because some of these guys have been dropping a lot of dope diss tracks.
when
However, that can't be the only thing you have in your favor.
yeah, that's true. That's
Like
true.
what else is outside of the
And
music?
and I feel like the battle rap diss tracks that he did, because battle rap ain't dead. When Smack came out, he came out with diss track, started dissing everybody. I felt like that diss track was fire, but I felt like the diss track did not have an impact. Um, it did not have an impact
Not the
on
same
because
as Meet the
because
Gators by Dice, not the
yeah,
same as the joint that Capo dropped.
because nobody, I don't think nobody responded to the diss track. The only person that responded that entertained it was actually Jackboy. Um, I'm leaving him at 10. So I agree with you. I'm leaving him at 10. So let's go to who we have at number 9, and that's Bandit Montana. What made you wanted to put Bandit above of Wusa?
Yo, Bandit, I think he just had a battle not too long ago. If you could look that up for me. And Bandit he been nice for a long time. He talking his shit. I think there was a bit of a setback, if I'm not mistaken. Was that the Tay Rock battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
That made an impact though. That did make an impact. That made a lot of noise.
It made noise because it didn't happen. Like because of the whatever the business or however it went down, that's why it made noise. But it didn't. I mean, I'm not gonna say that had an impact because he didn't battle him.
No, he didn't battle, but it had an impact though, because it is still battle rap related. It still had an impact because he ended up dropping a diss track. I think it was on Rock and Arsenal. Afterwards, after Rock said what he said and Arsenal said what he said. And he did battle in the UK in London with a car Jerry West was on. And then he also battled Authentic also in a 1-rounder also this year. So
okay, so he outside. He outside. So
he's not outside that much, but he's been battling though. That's what I give him. And
has he what about promo? What about as far as the promo goes?
His promo has been light though. He even said that. He even quoted your tweet. He said he hasn't been the best. Okay. I know, and he is getting booked. I know that he got a URL battle booked. I know he got a grudge match against Dre Dennis coming up on a major Gates.
Oh yeah. I like that. It's gonna be that's one of them.
That's what you call impact. He's been promoting. So yeah.
Okay. So that's good.
And you look at Wusa's on the Eminence card. He's battling P Burner. I'm not a huge fan of that battle, man. Like Wusa being somebody from the top 6.
Right. You supposed to, you gotta have more impactful names in the names that you showing up with.
And I'm not seeing enough promo.
I don't know if that's his fault. I don't know if it's just he got to get a manager or he got a manager.
Kells is his manager. What you mean, man?
Let me. Kells, get your man some quality fights. What's up? Get your man some fights. You got a top 6, top 12 MC, and come on, man. He got to get these looks, man. Get him some quality. Not saying P Burner and what was the other 2 you said? See, I forgot they name that quick.
He battled Sinatra on OSPO.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. I'm not saying that. Listen, man. Just I don't know, man.
He was supposed.
Meanwhile,
he's supposed to get Bill Collector.
Okay, moving along. We gonna go to Dice.
Number 8.
Dice. It has impact. Dice dropped some incredible diss tracks. He's been promoting himself. The culture all talk about him, whether he's the enemy, he's the anti-hero, whatever he might be to y'all. Dice do be having these streets shaking. And he battled T-Top. What was the battle before the T-Top joint? He had I think that was a 1 round in. Is that on Fonz's league? I'm not sure if it was on Fonz.
The T-Top battle was on Fonz's league.
Oh yeah, okay. Shout out to Fonz joint. Okay. Yeah, Cabin Life. Dice, he does promote. He's keeping himself in the fans' eyes, and that's one of the things you have to do as a new MC. And you want to stand out in this. There was the original top 6, then there's your class of the top 6. Then there's the new top 6 that they're about to introduce to the fans. So spots are constantly being, sought after. So everybody want that number 1 spot. I remember at a point in time, Flair Soul was the number 1 spot. And things change. Things change. Sometimes it could be inactivity that hurts you. But like I was saying, I know Dice be getting it shaken. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? But I like Dice at the number 8 spot. And he actually has the potential to go higher than that. But I'm just saying at this point of time, from
his
January
biggest moment
to July.
His biggest moment was going at Capo. That's crazy though. Going at Capo.
Yeah. Why not though? Like, why not? And look what they've done though. Look what they have done with that promo. Now these two they have a real backstory. There's a grudge match here. So whenever that battle does take place, a lot of eyes will be on that battle, and that's how you build hype for yourself. This is promo.
Now, as far as Dice goes, I feel like he's not consistent enough. He only has 1 battle book.
Wait, hold on.
He has only. Look, man. I know he's.
Oh, you say he's not outside?
Yeah, he's not outside like that, man. I think he's very talented. He's great. He was one of the top guys that was picked, but it's all about you staying there. Remember what you said about you staying here?
It ain't about getting here, it's about staying here, right? Yeah, that's a fact.
And I feel like
but I think he's gonna stay. I think Dice gonna be around, bro. Like,
I need to see more, man, because I hear him a lot on the spaces, and it has nothing to do with battle rap when they're on the spaces, and they need to take advantage of this opportunity. If it was up to me, I would have him a little bit lower than that.
Oh, but, so you would put Bandit, or it would have to be Bandit or Wusa above him.
I would have Wusa ahead of
but
him.
I think a T-Top battle does a lot for as far as like the impact, activity, and promotion. I don't think neither man has outdone Dice in that regard. But yeah, I like Dice right there at the 8 spot. I do feel like he can move up for sure with like 2 or 3 good ass showings, and just because he's doing the marketing part as far as like he's promoting himself. Again, he can move up. People can move down. I mean, again, this also is like not a skill-based list. So I'll probably just drop the skill-based list later next week or something like that.
I seen Fonz, Doc, and them. They have made a space bar. This is not about skill though. But your battle rapping, your battles do matter though. Your wins do matter though. Like what you do in your battles do matter. So it's not just about impact and promo. It's about if you're actually outside and how well you do in your battles though. So I just want to put that out there also. And and I noticed people mention, oh, why didn't you mention season 1? It's called Top 12.
Well, we mentioned both of them, right? Yeah, it's already we're talking about both of them.
No, because season 1 had like J2 and all them guys and Kid Slade. That's why it's called. So I seen a Floss from the West Coast. Shout out to him. He was like, "Yo, Danny, you didn't have J2 on there." And
J2 fire
from season 1. So the reason why they call it Top 12 because it's the last 2 seasons. So we're basing it off of the last 2 seasons, not the entire since the Crucible's been out. So I just want to put that out there. But let's move on over to our next one, man. We got a guy that been chasing you for quite some time. You haven't gave him any type of attention. He's writing tweets about you, making spaces about you. But coming in at number 7 is the one, the only Klutz.
Yeah, salute to Klutz, man. His time is due soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the practice guy. You chasing a monster, you catch the monster, you're gonna get what you was supposed to get.
Why Klutz at 7?
And it's crazy. I'm gonna say this. The consensus was he lost the battle to Eunice, and to me, like as far as like the pens go, the writers, that was a big battle for me. Like, and even if I got Klutz winning, it don't matter. The consensus has Eunice winning that battle, so that kind of. But again, this ain't really based on that. But as far as impact, it's like he don't. Here's the thing: when you look at Eunice, and they was saying Eunice for Gnome, even though it didn't happen, they at least was campaigning for it. And Eunice was marketing and promoting himself. So I'm looking at stuff like that, and I say, well, my man Klutz, he promo here and there. You know what I'm saying? His battle with Jack Boy didn't have any impact. Whether you had him winning or losing, it kind of just was a battle that kind of came and went. Um, he don't battle that much either. As far as like him being as active as like let's say a Capo or a Hansel, he ain't really outside that often. So that's why he's gonna be at that number 7 spot because when you look at Authentic has battled me earlier on. He had like 2 or 3 other battles right after that. Authentic is outside. And again, this ain't skill based. I'm just looking at promo, activity, and impact. And I think Authentic is doing his thing, and he actually moved up.
Sometimes skill don't matter in battle rap. I'm not saying it doesn't matter because it definitely should. Because I'm gonna use somebody like a Geechee Gotti. Geechee Gotti, he ain't the most skilled battle rapper in there. He's a smart battle rapper. I think him as a puncher gets overrated, but he ain't the best. He doesn't have the best pen in the game. We don't consider him a top pen, but you look at where
Geechee is one of the smartest battle rappers.
Yeah, and you look at where he's at today.
He know how to market himself, promote, brand
like
himself.
Yeah, and you look at where he's at today. He's a box office battle rapper. He's on demand. He's must see. Same thing like somebody like a Easy, who ain't the most skilled battle rapper, but he's smart and knows how to market himself. And I think
I feel like a lot of the newer guys, a lot of Crucible guys can take notes from these veterans. You know what I'm saying?
And Klutz, and I think Klutz is too comfortable in his comfort zone. Because the reason why is if you look at, people say he has the best strength of schedule if you want to base everything off of that. But all the guys he's been battling are guys with pens. You look at JC, Chilla Jones, guys like that. These guys are all guys with pens. And when he faces a guy that don't have a pen, that could get in your face, and that could actually isn't the most skilled rapper, it proved that he can be beat. And that's what Jack Boy did exactly to him. Like if you hear a battle with Klutz, it's not gonna have that much impact. I'm sorry, man. It's not. Like if I say Klutz is battling compared to when I say Hansel is battling, which one's gonna make more noise?
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
Or if I say
Hansel's battle has been having more of an impact. Even listen, I was on that same card. I was on the card with Authentic, but guess what? Hansel had such him and Franchise was battle of the night on that card. Me and Klutz was both on that card, taking shots at one another.
And
yeah.
his promo ain't that great also. And I feel like he's very selective, which is nothing wrong, of who he wants to battle. Like he wants to battle once or twice a year, which is not good to start off as a battle rapper. Like if you're in the status with a Danny Myers or a Rum Nitty, you could be selective who you want to battle. You could battle once or twice a year if you want to, because those guys are already established and their career is already defined. So I just feel like when I just the activity is not there, the impact is not there. As far as the guys where we rank them at, the activity, the impact is not there. And the promo is definitely not there, man. I'm taking all the other guys above him over in those three categories.
All right. So when we go to number 6, we got authentic.
Six is the one that everybody has questioned though. I
They
think a
they
lot.
questioning authentic.
Yeah,
They saying he ain't working.
People feel like there's somebody like a Clutch should be above of him. Somebody like a Wusa should be above of him. What's your reason why you have authentic at 6?
Authentic he do be promoting. I see him. He making Twitter posts. He doing funny. He do shit that's hilarious. He's outside. He battled me. He just battled, like I said, 2 more times, and he battled recently. I think he got another joint coming up. So he's been active.
He battled Bandit Montana also.
Now I will say he may be lacking in impact, but as far as him, the activity and the promo go, he's doing well in those departments. Has he made a bigger impact than, let's say, I don't know, Dice? Let's take Dice. Dice we got at number 8, right? So has Authentic made more of an impact than Dice or even Bandit?
But
I'm not necessarily sure.
I don't think so. But the 2 other categories, Authentic checks over those 2 guys though.
Yeah, and that's what we just doing. We're weighing it out. You say you might not have made much more of an impact than these other battlers, but as far as activity and promo go, you're doing better than them in that department. And so when you got 2 out of the 3 checked off, that's gonna land Authentic at number 6, just right outside of the top 5. And actually, he moved up. I think he moved up. Where was he at on the original list?
Hold on.
What number was Authentic?
He was very
might have
low.
moved up.
He was very low. Authentic was originally at number 8.
Okay, so he moved up 2 spots.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So he's been working, and I have to. When you see that, you have to credit that. You have to recognize that. You don't just look past it and like, oh, he just had. I don't care who he battled. The fact that he's battling is good though. The fact that he's promoting is good, and you can't underlook him. Also, when it's just the overall. Now again,
people
the impact can be a little stronger.
People forgot he battled Ishmula also.
So when we say impact, just to clarify that, what do we mean when we say impact? What kind of impact do you make? How can you make an impact? What does that look like?
Making noise, being talked about, man. The culture talking about you. People notice who you are. Being on the main eventing a card, that's an impact. You're booked as a main event for a reason. Having one of the best battles of the night, that's an impact right there. Having one of the most memorable bars of the year, that's an impact right now.
Right.
When the culture, the media, and the blogs talk about you, you're making an impact.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
We rank Sniper at number 1. Obviously, he made an impact.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stand by that. I got Authentic at 6. That's where I said he goes.
That's a good resume this year, man. Authentic had Bandit, Ishmula, Danny Myers.
Yeah, and they act like they don't see that. Like they whether you like the battles or you didn't like the battle, you can't say he not outside, he's not promoting himself. The man is working. So I gotta have Authentic right there in that spot. Going at number 5. South Flare Soul was number 1 for a while. And you know what's crazy? Today's July 8th. Today marks 1 year since I battled South Flare Soul.
Wow, you really have to bring that up. Really,
this was the anniversary. And you know what? The man,
I knew you would do something like that. Like you
today's the day. Do you believe in a parallel universe?
All right, man. You don't need a. You don't need.
What I'm saying is he at that before that. No. What I'm saying is before that battle, we had him at number 1. He had just come off the Rum Nitty battle. A lot of people were saying he won that battle. Even if he didn't win it, it was debatable. He didn't have as strong of a showing versus me. I won the battle, and then he kind of was dormant for a little bit. So the inactivity, the lack of promotion hurt. There, like the impact, he made an immediate impact when he battled Z to Dropout. I think what was that? Was that Summer Madness or Gnome or something like that? He opened up, surprise battle. He comes out, Z to Dropout. He shakes the building, makes an immediate impact.
But we're talking about what he did in 2024, though.
Well, he did battle on iBattle. He had an iBattle joint. He had another one. Oh, he battled Kid Slade, and he won that battle to me. He got the skill set.
He had
we're not basing on skill.
Round. He had that 1 round classic against the Saga on OSBO versus the Gates of the Garden.
Oh, that was crazy too. Those are impactful battles. I will say, so he does have the activity. He does have the impact. He's not really doing the promo part. I don't see him promoting as much as I see, let's say, a Foots or even a Klutz. You know, the guys that are doing the least promo. He's up.
Flair, so I could tell you one thing right now. So Flair, so don't promo none of his battles, man.
I'm not even promoting his own battles, but just
I'm sorry to say,
making yourself aware.
I'm sorry to say that too. Like you, so Flair, so could possibly want to be the biggest names out of these top 12 if you look at 5 years down the lane, but he just is not doing those type of things, though, man. And that's that's what's gonna stop, you know, his star power. If he could do those type of things, man, like okay, man, he had a YouTube drop. They got a YouTube drop, man. You know how many people from the URL would die for a YouTube drop? You don't even have a YouTube drop from the URL. Like,
nah, I don't. But again, that's where I will say he's lacking in that department. But as far as when he does battle, people talk about the battles.
Yeah, he does. He hasn't,
and he's been back active. So I think he's good at that 5 spot.
Yeah, he's more active than a lot of these guys right now, and he's actually winning his battles though, and having moments in his battles. In 2024, he had a YouTube drop in 2024. He had a couple battles on OSBO. He battled the Saga. He was on the major card against Kid Slade. So it's like, yo, the impact, the activity is there. The promo is not there. Yeah, man. And so then people, and so what made you put Soul over Authentic?
Again, I think he do have a little bit more of impact with his battles. Yeah, and he already was above Authentic in the original list anyway. He was already high. He was already ranked high anyway. He was already in the top 5.
Though I think the impact and activity that he has, it's like, I think it's by like it's a huge gap over Authentic though.
Well, Authentic still got time to catch up and make things right, man. Hopefully these guys watch this and then they'll kind of like take some of these critiques or criticism or whatever and just, you know, advance from that. Just say, hey, okay, I'm gonna listen to what Danny said. I'm gonna take some of Keo advice. Let me go on and see, you know, let me try it their way. And you know, but who am I though? I don't know nothing about battle rap, man. I don't know nothing. So we go on to number 4. And you know, these two are like Ryu and Ken, bro. This is Foots and some Flair. They some people are just like, you know, Some people are just a team, regardless, and they literally are a team. By the way, I think they got A Ward and Loso coming up, so salute to them. But one thing about Foot's battles make impact. You know, you go back to him versus Jerry West. Go back to him. Go back to him versus South Flair. He beat South Flair on the volume card. He beat He beat his bro. He just had a crazy battle with
Elijah Straight.
Elijah Straight, man. You can't overlook those. That's impact. He does the promo and he's been outside. That's it. I don't really got nothing else to say. Foots is doing his shit and he's becoming. Well, at first I wasn't sold on him. Now I'm starting to believe he is moving up to one of the standout stars.
The only thing I feel like he doesn't have is the promo.
But he does though. That's the thing. If you watch his little skits, he even do these little funny, hilarious skits. My bad. Not the promo activity. That's what I meant. That activity. Oh, you meant like his activity.
Like his one, you know, though his one battle though, like I think his one battle made an instant impact. They're calling it one of the best battles of the year.
Yeah, when Foots do come outside, you're gonna get a show. And like I said, I do feel like he's becoming
that's how
one of the stars.
That's how much an impact he has though. Like when when you compare it to Dice, like it's a huge difference though. Like because Dice has a bigger name, but that battle did not have an impact as much as Foots had with Elijah Straight though, because Foots, you know, he's had those big names like the Rum Nitties and the Jerry Wesses.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, and he's getting. I think he's making smart decisions though, because he's looking for them high profile battles. Because you look at the battle that he got coming up, it's a 2-on-2 with Loso and A, where we're one of the best 1-2 duos in battle rap. Period. You know, so I think the activity needs to improve, but his impact is like at a 10 scale right now when it comes to Foots. It's at like a 10 scale to me. It's basically like you winning a battle with one round. That's how much of an impact it is.
Yeah. So when you move up to number 3, you got and this guy, I think Eunice was he 1? Hold on, go to the original list.
Eunice was originally at 1.
Okay, all right. So
this
I think it was a string of battles. I think it was a string of battles where you got I think it was the Hansel battle, which was fire, right? There was the Holmesy battle. There was what was the other battle before that one?
Holmesy franchise.
The franchise battle. Okay, either whatever order it happened. So, you know, for the most part, you know, he definitely took some L's. So the battles wasn't having as much as an impact. Okay, even though that they was fire battles, but when you look at him and Holmesy on the same card as the Foots and Elijah Straight, it don't have the same impact as that battle, right? So you're on the same card with one of your Crucible classmates, I guess, so to speak, and you don't have the same impact as your classmate did. Also, I don't know. You can't really knock him for the activity because he is at the number 3 spot. He's at number 3, but why did he fall from number 1? Why did he fall from the number 1 spot to 2 notches?
If you look at the year 2024, we're not talking about anything else. We're talking about what you've done in 2024. Eunice has not won a battle. Eunice is 0-2 in the battle right now.
Okay, well, I'm not really going off
when you lose. It does matter though, because when you lose a battle, I've said it before, your stock drops. Because remember when T Top lost in Summer Madness, and when he was supposed to battle you, when T Top lost in, I think, Gnome or whatever that event was, he was supposed to get you on Summer Madness. No, yeah, no, T Top got his
One of
ass.
them, yeah, one
Yeah,
of
he
those
lost.
cards.
He lost. He had a horrible performance against Tay Rock, and you guys are mutually agreed that you guys were supposed to battle on Summer Madness. That performance was so bad. Beasley was like, I don't want to book that because he had a bad. He's been losing. So though you know what that means, your stock drops. When you lose, your stock drops. So wins and
So
losses
that so how many battles has he had in these 7 months?
in the 7
Two
months,
from
two,
this year.
yeah, two.
2 battles
Oh
and
no, no,
lost.
he did battle
No,
Mallory X. He did battle Mallory X, but I don't think that made an impact though.
it definitely didn't. Um, I don't know. I mean, he was number one. He was number one. And
But
besides, being at number 3 out of the 12 ain't bad. And
when
it's
you
not saying
lose,
in the
man,
next 6 months you
when
can't
you
get back
lose,
to number 1.
when you lose, it hurts your stock though, man. Like you got to win your battle though,
Has he been
because,
promoting?
huh?
Has he been promoting?
Yeah, he has been. He has been promoting. He has been promoting.
Okay. So there's
I
really
but
so
I
that's
do
why there was
but
a
wait,
drop
hold
off.
on. But hold on. I do feel like the Homestead battle there wasn't enough promotion for that battle though. Um
But so we get a drop off from 1 to 3 due to him having only 2 battles, lost both of them.
why do you have him at 3? Is it the
I'm,
same
tell I'm
reason for is it the
well,
same
we
reason
if
for
we're
me?
yeah, if we're talking just if we're just talking about from January to July, what has Eunice done to show he's the number 1 guy? And not and if we're talking about just using this criteria, using promo impact activity, he wouldn't be above. He wouldn't be above
Okay,
the
look at
2
this.
guys that are above him.
Look at this. Look at this. Imagine, because Tay Rock ranked number 1 in Cody. He's been ranked for a while. Imagine if Tay Rock lose back to back battles, and there's an angle being used on you. Are we still gonna have Tay Rock at number 1?
Yeah, no, you can't. I mean, because when you have other guys that are vying for that position, when you have a T Top who's having a Cody run, when you have a Av who's having a Cody, you have a Sharon who's having a Cody run. It's kind of like to see you say Tay Rock loses back to back, and it's
Yeah,
like, what about these guys? And they're winning.
that's
You
how
gotta move. You
that's
gotta
how
change the
that's
spots.
yeah, but that's how rankings work though, especially in sports and college football. When you lose,
Yeah,
it hurts you. It's gonna drop you, especially when somebody below you is doing way better
if
than
they're
what you're
winning,
doing.
yeah, somebody below you is winning, right? So anyway, well, that's gonna be that. That's why he dropped from 1 to 3. For anybody that wanna wonder why he's at 3, then you're gonna go up to Hansel, man. And this
Oh,
guy at number 2, I think it has been super overlooked. Again, this is simply based off of the work and the effort they put in. You can name off some of the battles. I know I'm EFB. I know I'm West Coast.
Queez. He battled Queez in the tournament. One of the best battles in the tournament. People were talking about that. Still talking about that. It's go back as one of the best battles in the tournament. He had the best battle of the night against Franchise.
He did.
Franchise, who's been on a run, beating Swervo this year, beating freaking he beat Eunice, no matter what anybody wants to say about it.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
he
he
won
went
that one.
toe and then he went toe to toe with Hansel with one of the best battles of the night.
Yeah, that was the battle of the night.
A card with Danny Myers on that card.
Yeah,
Believe
that was
that.
on Civil War 5, man. Salute to Hansel, man. So he's
And it,
outside. His battles are they because you gotta think about it. That was when did he battle Eunice? Was that last year, right? That was last year, right? That
yeah,
wasn't this year.
it was last year. We are not
We're
counting that.
not
That was in
counting that. We're not
2023.
counting that. Okay, I wanted to make sure because again, what Hansel was doing he's for one, he's winning his battles. He's winning the majority of his battles. Uh, he's involved in battle tonight. He's active. He's calling out for smoke. He's asking for John and a couple other big name MCs.
Put it like this. Put it like this. In the West Coast right now, with all due respect to everybody out there, outside of Danny Myers, I'm talking about the guys that's active. I'm not talking about Daylight Beat or any of those outside, or even the Source or Ilmac. I'm outside of Danny Myers, Rum Nitty, and Geechee Gotti. Hansel might be number 4, man.
I can't even refute that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't even.
Hansel has more of a, in my opinion, his name has more of a bigger impact than next. Real name Brandon, Saint, who just battled. Hansel is that guy. People, bright. You know when you're that guy, when people is asking smoke for you, when they want smoke with you, though. That you know you're that guy when that happens, though.
I think Hansel is really, he's worked his way up. Because I think before this previous list, before the revised list from a couple months back, our very, very first list, I think he was like either right in the top 5 or right outside of the top 5. He's always been high up for us. Yeah. And now he's moved up because he's been putting in the work and the effort. What about, let me ask you about his promo. Do you feel like he's promoting?
I think his promo can be a little bit better, though, but as far as like activity and impact goes, it's definitely there, though, man. So
right, okay,
it's definitely there, and he's constantly is getting booked. So I think
constantly getting booked, and he's showing up. He's a professional. He ain't showing up choking. He ain't doing none of that.
And people wanted to know their issue was, well, why do we have Hansel at number 2? Here, put it like this: outside of who we have at number 1, you put Hansel's name. You put Hansel's name on the card again, and you have anybody else on that card. Whose name's gonna make noise, man? It's gotta be Hansel.
Yeah, Hansel's name is gonna make more noise than the other 8 names beneath his name.
The only person
when I look at it, unless it's maybe Soul or Foots. But if and Eunice too, like that's why they're in the top 5. That's why these names are in the top 5, because some of these spots could be interchangeable depending on circumstances. But as of January till July, Hansel has been outworking his brethren. He's been making more of an impact than his brethren. So that's that on that.
And Hansel's battle on a World card probably did more numbers than the battles did outside of their URL battles from what the other guys have.
Hey man, salute to Hansel at the number 2 spot, man. He worked for it though. It ain't like we just gave him this spot and just said, just put Hansel at number 2 because he's from the West. No, we looking at the data. we're literally looking at data. That's where we're getting this intel from. We're getting it straight from the algorithm, and we're compiling numbers, and we're looking at the impact. We're looking at the chatter on social media about each one of these 12 men. And when we look at what Hansel has been doing, his name has been ringing in these streets, and that's why Hansel's gonna be the number 2.
A lot of people might think that Eunice has made more of an impact than Hansel did, but the difference is Hansel has been winning his battles.
That's what I was about to say. If you're taking into account he's winning versus Eunice losing, then that's how you got to call that. And so we're gonna go to the number 1, the pick, the controversial number 1. You know, this guy is you know, either you hate him or you love him. I don't know, but one thing I will say about this, one of the newest battle rap villains, the man knows how to market himself. He know how to get the streets talking one way or another. He's been outside. Let's talk Capo Bravado. Shout out to Capo.
Man,
Capo has been working. He's battled Suge. He's battled
Ars B Magic.
B Magic. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the names.
He got two battles coming up against Appa.
2 more battles coming up. 6-8 this weekend. So when you talk about activity, he's active. When you talk about promo, look at these diss records. He's dropping back and forth with Dice. Look at the drama, the controversy he causes.
And here's another thing I want to add. Their promo went so crazy for this battle. They moved the Eminence battle, which was on day 1 to day 2 with Tay-Rock and them boys.
To see again, and that's impact. There you go. That's impactful. When you promote so hard, they move you from you're gonna be on the first day. Nah, you got to be on the main day.
Bags and bodies.
Bags and bodies. He's promoting. He's outside.
He has his own league.
And he's booking. He can book these niggas. Like he can book the top. He could book the other 11.
When I saw this, I made my decision already. There's nobody close that comes to Capo.
Nah, when you look at the criteria, I'm not talking about your favorite battle rapper. I'm not talking about who you like the most, who you click with the most, who you got a personal relation. I don't care about none of that. We looking at hard data, and you say. When you look at the criteria, which is activity, meaning how frequent are you battling? Are you outside? Do we see you? Are you promoting yourself? And when you do battle, was it just a battle that just kind of came and went? Or is it a battle like niggas is saying, "I don't know, man, that was a good ass battle." Now, I will say this: I didn't really see a lot of chatter after the Arsenal battle, or even, I would say the Arsenal battle. It wasn't really a lot, but there was still some talk there about it, and it was like, I don't know, Capo beat Ars. That's what people were saying.
Capo's got this thing going on right now where he's saying, "Yo, I'm undefeated against Jersey."
Hey, if he and so until somebody can step up and actually beat him, they might got to go get real sick. They might got to go get real sick for him.
He might need to stay away from real sick.
Real sick is headed towards my boogeyman list. Shout out to Real Sick.
Capo,
I don't know, Capo. You might want to stay away from Real Sick. That's just
and I understand this. People saying, "Yo, I can rap better than Capo." It's not about that though. As a battle rapper, it's not about who has the better raps. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things.
The intangibles, that go into it.
That's layered with it, though. When it comes to being a battle rapper, a complete battle rapper, though. And
just to make yourself a household name, because the skill can only take you so far.
And Capo has what it takes to be a complete battle rapper. He has it all, man. And I think, I think his pen and his bars gets overlooked though. I think he's underrated.
Yeah, I do think they not really talking about his raps. And one thing about Capo is he can do. I've witnessed him give off different types of rap. He gave you that hard living shit when he said the Katrina victims in the Saint. He did that versus Arsenal. That bar was so fire. He's painting pictures about pain and poverty and struggle. He's also giving you that trap talk. He also got some nice punches, name flips, gun bars. I feel like his pen is a little bit underrated.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll have to do is come back with a skills list. Now with these same names, we can debate back and forth about who is the most complete, who is the most skilled rapper on the list, and also who has the the most potential to be a star, a long-lasting star within that URL system. Because
Yeah,
a lot, I'm
man.
gonna tell you right now, a lot of these guys ain't gonna be around 3-4 years from now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And for the ones that are at the bottom of this particular list, it's like y'all got the skills.
I wanna say this too. Capo, out of all everybody that's in this top 12 right now, he's the only one that checks every single category on a very high margin, not just by a little bit. He checks all those categories by a very high margin. When you talk about impact, the impact's
Right.
there.
Yeah.
When you talk
Yeah.
about activity, the
Yeah.
activity's there.
And the promo is there.
And with like with some of those guys, there's like one category missing.
Right.
Sometimes one is in a huge landslide over the other two, but Capo checks all of it by a landslide, and there should be no debating that he's number one, man. And he's winning his battles too. So obviously he does have some raps in his bars, though. He does have bars, though, if he's actually winning his battles.
Well, hey man, salute to you. Salute to the top 12. Hey man, y'all got a problem with this? Tweet me, tweet Keo, call me, inbox me. I don't care. We can talk it out. We can talk it out however y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's no harm. There's no harm, man. Here. This is just our opinion.
And those of you don't know, just a disclaimer, I gave Danny more control over how these rankings went, though. I'm still gonna have my say and give my opinion, but Danny actually had more control of how everything went.
I think this is just again, I drop lists on my channel all the time. I dropped about the top 10 this, the top 10 that. And I always say that no top 10 list is ever really going to be 100% accurate, because a lot of it is subjective and it is kind of opinion based. So everything ain't going to always be 100%, but we do like to be pretty damn close to accurate. I don't want to just throw out names.
I don't care what anybody says. I think that is pretty damn accurate to me.
Yeah, I think it is. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I want people to know that we actually put thought and time and effort into coming up with the list, instead of we just threw just random names in the hat and we just put out random names and that was the list. Like, no, we really went through we went through the data. This is not, again, just super opinion based.
Yeah, and it's not the official list for the year, though, man, because by the time the year ends, this could all change. Capo might not even be number one no more.
Yeah, so I don't know.
All could be at number 3.
Yeah, we'll see how the numbers shake up once December come around.
I'm glad we shook some feathers up today, man. A mission accomplished.
Instead of crying about where you at, don't cry about what position what number you came in at. Just say, first of all, salute to them for even thinking about doing something for us, talking about us, taking the time out of their. I'm an active battle rapper. I got battles coming up. You know what I'm saying? I got 40 bars coming up. I got Bowls Bambino. I got a bunch of battles coming up. And what I'm doing, I'm taking the time out of my busy schedule to shed light on y'all's talent and y'all's skill set. Niggas are rather just complain rather than say, who else is talking about y'all niggas?
Yeah, nobody, no other media platform it's giving you guys a light right now, but you know who is? Keo and the Bar God. Shout out to RBE's list, though. You see, RBE's list was so calm, respectful. Everything was all good and solid. But then when this came out, it's like, oh my God.
Man, look, I don't care about nobody's feelings, man. I'll say what I said. I'll leave it at that.
I'm the villain. I could give a rat's ass about anybody's opinion.
Hey, man, subscribe to the channel, Danny the Bar God. Follow me on Twitter at Metaphor Messiah. Follow me on Instagram at Danny the Bar God. Subscribe to Keo. NBS Central. We're on Apple and Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can follow the NBS Central show there, wherever you get your podcast from. And subscribe to the NBS Central YouTube page. And yeah, man, Y'all niggas just gotta, whoever's slacking and lacking, man, you gotta pick up on your macking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Get back to rapping.
Step it up, man.
Bar
Step it
God.
up. Well,
Yeah, I'm out of here, man.
shout out to Danny, man. He got a blog coming out. He got the Haymaker King blog out. The
Oh
top punchers,
yeah. Top
top
10 punchers
punchers,
on the way. Top 10 anglers
puncher.
on the way.
He got a crazy interview with a Street Fighter champion.
Yeah. That's on the
Anybody that's
channel right now.
anybody that's into gaming also. And then me and Danny yesterday, we just dropped the Easy and Cassidy blog. This is about to come out right now. I'm not waiting till the next day. It's coming out right now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, OSBO predictions. But with that being said, man, that's the Bar God. I'm Keo.
We
MBS
out.
Universe. We out.